Prime Minister Dr. Rowley says that he supports the death penalty and is working to have it implemented as soon as possible. However, the chair of the Catholic Commission for Social Justice, Leela Ramdeen, says the return of capital punishment for dealing with crime is a losing battle. She believes that this country's institutions need to be fixed for criminals to be caught.
As a chair, hanging will not build a culture of life. And, I think while emotions are running high in Trinidad and Tobago, we need to look at whether, in fact, hanging really will reduce crime. We are in the process in the Catholic Church of 40 days of non-violence at the moment. And our response to crime, as you know, is a moral test for all of us. But we reject the notion that capital punishment will act as a deterrent or foster respect for life in our communities.
Ms. Ramdeen says that research shows that the killing of criminals does not affect the rate of murder in countries.
When South Africa abolished the death penalty, the president of the court at that time, President Arthur Chakai's son, made it clear we would be deluding ourselves if we were to believe that the execution of a few persons sentenced to death will provide the solution to the unacceptably high rate of crime. And we know that there's a Professor Michael Radlett, who, in fact, with a woman called Tracy Lakers, they did a study, do executions lower homicide rate. They asked leading criminologists around the world. 90% of them said the death penalty had little effect on the committing of murder.
Ms. Ramdeen notes that the UNDP, in their report, The Shift to Better Citizen Security, argues that the Caribbean needs to have a better balance between legitimate law enforcement and prevention. She says that hanging 22 people won't reduce the crime rate. She insists a holistic approach is needed before blood is spilled. She calls for a careful evaluation of all issues, including an evaluation of what $10 billion allocated to national security is producing for the nation.